This is BS with Joe. News, culture, and crazy. One blunt conversation at a time.
Welcome to BS with Joe. Today we're talking about 1913 and what happened in 1913 that started our demise in our country. So, Joe, what do you think what happened in 1913?
Well, the 16th Amendment, first of all, was ratified February 1913. Before that, the federal government basically ran on tariffs and excise taxes.
Yeah, the government was ran off of tariffs, and that was all the revenue that the government needed. It was a small government that really kept out of the way of the people.
Yeah. But once the income tax came in, suddenly Washington had a fire hose of cash, and the IRS was born. From that point forward, the government grows into the giant it is today.
Yeah. How dare you not pay us for taxes?
Right.
Then in the 17th Amendment was ratified in April 1913. It sounded good, having the people vote for the senators, but it took away the states and the governor's ability to give the states what they really wanted out of the government.
Right. Basically, the argument against the 17th Amendment is that it limited the state's control.
Yep.
Which, yes, it placed the control on the people, which it really should be on the people. But then again, the state, the people run their state, and then the states run the federal government. That's the way it was designed. And then the 17th Amendment changed it.
Yeah. And the 17th Amendment changed a lot of that because now the people elect the senators.
Right.
So now you're going to have the state represented differently than the state is ran by the governor.
Yeah. Right. So federalism was baked into the system.
Yep.
So the senators just stopped answering the state governments and they started answering the National Party machines and big donors. The states lost their seat at the table.
Yeah, and then in December in 1913, Congress pushed through the Federal Reserve Act. The Fed was created as a stabilizer for the banking practices. It pretty much wasn't that. It was to limit the trade of gold for American dollars.
But what it really did was hand the nation's money supply over to central authority, unelected bankers with enormous power.
Well, it allowed the Federal Reserve to print money.
Right.
Because money couldn't be printed if there wasn't any gold.
Correct. So since then, we've had a century of inflation, bubbles, crashes, and dollar devaluation. And most Americans don't even realize how much of their purchasing power has been quietly stolen.
You look at how the government can now have unlimited funds to spend and regulating individuals and regulating even companies.
Yeah.
Now you're having, you look at Standard Oil. He created a monopoly, and it was Roosevelt that broke the monopolies.
Yep.
And in 1913, this is a way to try to get around it.
All right, so let's rewind to the Bill of Rights for a second. The Ninth Amendment doesn't get talked about enough, but it's crucial. It says that just because a right isn't listed in the Constitution doesn't mean the people don't have it.
Yeah, exactly. The founders were terrified of centralizing the government being too big. So they added amendments.
Yeah.
They knew it wasn't every right, so they wrote the Ninth Amendment to protect the idea of natural rights.
Freedom that exists outside government permission. Yeah. So then, fast forward back to 1913, and what do we see? Washington consolidating power, taxing directly, bypassing state governments, controlling the money supply, and if anything violates the spirit of the Ninth Amendment, it's that. So
to sum it up, just in 1 year, America went from limited federal system to the blueprint of the modern Leviathan, this creature that prints money and devalues your working power or the power of your efforts.
So 1913 gave us the IRS, neutered federalist state, a central bank, and if you're wondering why the government feels so out of control today, it didn't happen overnight, it happened in 1913.
That was the beginning of the downfall. History matters, the past really isn't the past. It's still shaping the world we live in right now. You look at certain things that happened after 1913. Like in the 70s, France sent a warship to America to try to get its gold back.
Right.
Because not only were Americans trading their gold in for American dollars, So was the world, because the American dollar was the world reserve at the time.
Correct.
And now France is like, wait a minute, they're just printing themselves into oblivion. Give us back our gold. And
Right.
the U.S. didn't want to do that. So France sent a warship to collect their gold.
Exactly. So stick around, like, share, subscribe. In coming episodes, we're going to talk about a lot of different things. We've got family values coming up. We're going to talk about the checks and balances. We're going to talk about free speech, the environment versus electric cars. So stick around.
We got a lot more things to talk about.
Yep.
Like, share, subscribe.
Please.